about a lot, and especially recently again. And this is the topic on, am I worthy enough or am I good enough to help others? And the reason why I want to go and speak of, oh wow, that's me also. The reason why I wanted to go and speak about this is because this is so super important, especially if there's people who want to create something incredible, perhaps your own business, perhaps you want to help other people. Maybe you want to be able to do social media advice or whatever it may be, right? And you might be wondering to yourself, like, am I good enough to be able to do that? Am I knowledgeable enough? Do I have enough to say? And the short answer that I want to share with you is 100% yes. And I want you guys to comment below and say, I am enough and I am worthy, because that is super, super important to know. And the reason why the answer obviously is yes is because we all have something unique to offer, and we all have something whereby we can help another person. And I was recently speaking to one of our incredible students, and this lady is absolutely phenomenal. So, so, so phenomenal. She's always super, super awesome in all senses of the word. And she, the way how she does things is always with massive action taking. And I was like, man, she's so amazing. And we were having a conversation, and she was basically raising this point, like, am I good enough to actually launch my own business? Am I good enough to help other people? Am I good enough to be able to take people from A to B? And let me know in the comments if you've ever worried about that or ever thought about, am I really doing the right thing? Am I the one person who can actually do this? Or should I be more qualified? Or should I have 500 years of experience or whatever, right? And I really want to say, first and foremost, like, if you have a feeling like that, know that everyone has this. Everyone at every point in their lives. Like, doesn't matter if you have 400, well, 400 years might be a little bit long, but let me just say 40 years of experience in doing what you do. You will still have this feeling. And this feeling is basically also described psychologically as imposter syndrome, because we always feel that maybe we're not as good as the competition, or maybe we're not good enough yet, or we have been surpassed, or there's someone else that's better than us. So this is a very natural thing, and it's not like it's necessarily ever gonna go away, because again, even people who have 40 years of experience, or people who are at top positions, or people who've had great deals of success still feel this. But the difference between those people who keep on inspiring others and keep on doing great things and anyone else at that point is that they understand that that's there, understand that it's a normal and good thing, which, by the way, the second thing I want to talk about. But they also understand that that feeling is something that you can deal with and put in the back seat. Just like the little voice, that imposter syndrome or thinking that you're not good enough is actually a sentence from the little voice. Hello, everyone. Right? And it's something that, again, everyone has, and it will never actually fully go away, but it's about how do you handle it. Second thing that I want to say, and by the way, the third thing I'm going to share is probably the most powerful and really will give you the most benefit in out of every single point. But the second point that I want to make, and I want you guys to actually write this down if you're making notes. The second point is that where that comes from is most of the time a really good place. Because if you wonder to yourself, am I good enough, or am I worthy enough, or am I knowledgeable enough to be able to X, Y, Z, it actually comes, to my knowledge, from a place of care and from a place of wanting to do good and wanting to give other people the best possible, wanting to deliver great service, great quality, which is a really good thing. So it's actually coming from a positive emotion, which is something that I think you guys can all agree we should all cherish. It's the fact that we want to be the best that we can possibly be. But then the third thing, and this is the most important, is that we have to realize that even though there might be people that are far more educated, there might be people with far more experience, there might be people with far more qualifications, we have something unique to offer, and people actually need that. And you thinking that you're not good enough and therefore not going out there and helping the people that are actually waiting for you is doing them a disservice too. You're doing yourself a disservice, but it's also doing the other people a disservice. And I want you to comment below the AB principle. I know I've got a lot of my students on, and I want to say, mwah, big love to all of you. you've probably heard me say this again, but it's always worth reminding ourselves of, because even if we know something, sometimes we need to hear it again. Sometimes we need to be reminded that we are indeed those amazing people that other people are waiting for. And so we have all the right to go out there and help those other individuals. And the ABC, the AB principle, when I learned it, it really changed my life so, so much. And what it basically comes down to is that we all have the capability to bring another person from A to B. We all have unique knowledge or experiences or somehow a way of delivering something that can bring a person to the next level. Doesn't mean that we can perhaps educate the whole world or serve the whole world, but there are definitely people that need us right now and that we can help further. I don't have to be the best in business to be able to help other people in business. Heck, there are so many people that are far better than me in doing business. Yet I have the possibility to help hundreds of students in our FLC family and do that in a very, very, very amazing way. But also to realize that the fact that I might not consider myself as the best business person in the world, which I am not, 100% not, it doesn't mean that I won't be able to help do other people incredible things. For instance, I personally have never closed a 9-figure deal, which means it's 100,000. No, 100. What am I saying? 100 million. Is it 100 million? Yeah, 100 million. 9 figures. Is that 9 figures? Yeah. No, 8 figures. Sorry, 8-figure deal. I've never closed an 8-figure deal, but because of our training, one of our students did, which is amazing. And so even though when you look at yourself and you understand there's always a level to grow into, there's always, growth that you will experience yourself, and you are not the best of the best in the world. You are best in your way of being able to let another person flourish. And that is amazing to understand. I don't have to have closed a 8-figure deal myself to be able to empower another person to do it. And that's what you need to understand too, that you have the power to really hit home with another person, to really allow a message to sink in. Have you ever had it that you heard a message many, many, many times and you're like, yeah, okay, I've heard it. But then there was this one person who said it and then it hit home. Then it was like, man, now I understand what it means. And at that point, it changed your life. Maybe the people before that person were far more educated, far more superior, or whatever you might wish to look at them. But that one person made it so that it sunk in with you. That one person you happen to resonate with. You love the energy, you love the way how they presented it or shared it from a normal point of view that you can relate to. Now that person may have also thought, I'm not the best, I'm not the, like, there's better people out there, am I worthy? But yet that was the person who allowed you to have that message, that download, that, that in Dutch we say that the quarter finally fell, right? That hit home with you. And so if that person wouldn't have gone out there to share that message with you, you wouldn't have the transformation that you would have had. And at the same lines, you have the power as well. You have that unique ability to basically empower other people exactly at the times that they need it. And so if you ever wonder to yourself, am I good enough? Am I worthy enough? The answer is yes. And will you be better another day from now? Of course you will be better. But that shouldn't at all stop you from serving people today. And the same thought I had as well when I was introduced to e-commerce. And I see Andy's on here. Incredible Andy over here. When I was introduced to e-commerce, I was like, whoa, this stuff is so cool, but I should have started this 500 years ago. Why didn't I start it earlier? Like, am I good enough? Or am I, this enough or that enough? And all these different thoughts. But I was like, no, I just got to do it. I'm just going to go for it. And I realized that it is so incredible. And that is also why, as you guys will see, this theme, I'm going to keep this theme for the rest, the next couple of days at least, because for those of you who may not have heard it yet, is we have an e-com challenge coming up, which is absolutely phenomenal. It's going to happen in 4 days from now. And it is all about how you can get started with your business in e-commerce, how you can learn how to dropship, how can you learn how to use Shopify or any of these things, right? And when I learned about this, even though I was already in my own business, when I learned about this, I was like, man, this is incredible. And I'm so happy that Andy, can we please give a hoo-ha-hoo to the incredible Andy, introduced me to this. And so I may have thought, oh, should I do that or not? Am I at all equipped to go into that business or to go even teach about it? Because what this challenge is about is we're going to share with you the incredible things that you need to know to be able to see exactly what are the parts that you need to go out there and crush it in e-commerce, which can even be run from a mobile phone. And that to me was like, man, that is crazy, right? So if you haven't already, I would highly recommend you to be part of the challenge. If you had already been part of the challenge before, I highly recommend you to be there again, because Andy and myself and the incredible Ronan, we're in the Christmas vibe and we're doing all sorts of crazy things this edition. And I would just really want you guys to be able to benefit from all that goodness. So on that note, I'm finishing this episode. I'm going to go over a few more comments in just a few moments, but I really want you guys to say, if there's two things that you can take away from this, is these two things. Number one, you are worthy, you are enough to do anything that you so desire in the name of good. And number two, you should be on the Ecom Challenge, 100%. All right, let me just do a few comments. Just going to go through because a lot of you have been here. We've got Adriana, thank you so much for tuning in from Memphis. That is so awesome. Catalina saying, I am enough. Oh, yes, you are. Absolutely. Misty saying, hello, beautiful people. Super nice to have you here. And we have Misty saying, I worry about that, but someone needs to hear what I have to say about my experience. Absolutely. And if you don't follow Misty already, make sure to follow her. This lady's got so much awesomeness to share. And we're actually going to be doing something really special with Misty, right, Misty? So that's super exciting. Catalina also saying, I am knowledgeable enough. Now, that's one that hits home. Boom! That is awesome. We got Jay in the house as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, exactly. Missy is saying there's no one else that has exactly the same experiences as I have. 100%. This is so, so true. And the minute, what's she saying? The minute I needed reminded, I need reminder, either you or one of our amazing FLC family members are online, and then I can get motivation and energy from them. Hoo-ha-hoo. Can you please comment below and say, FLC family for life, hashtag FLC family for life. We have the best family in the world. And Kathy May is also here saying, Tjibaria is awesome. Thank you so much. You are awesome too. And Andy is saying, hoo-ha-hoo to them. I love that. And also Andy is saying, that person for me was Tjibaria back at Manifesting Miracles Live in March 2020. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And you are awesome, incredible Andy. Very, very, very awesome. And you know, this guy is so humble, but his knowledge to empower people is through the roof. That is why I'm so excited, because this challenge is not just run by me. No, it's me and Andy. So I'm very eager, very excited to really make this the most action-packed and very surprising superstar ecom challenge that we've ever had. So a big hoo-ha-hoo for the incredible Andy. And yeah, this is so, so, so awesome. Kathy also said, hoo-ha-hoo, Andrew is amazing. Make sure to follow him, by the way, if you haven't already. And Misty is saying, you both are amazing, have changed my life forever. Oh, that is so awesome. By the way, can we also get a massive hoo-ha-hoo for Misty crushing it with her ecom business, all thanks to the incredible education that Andy and Ronan have provided, and obviously Misty's own brilliance. So this is super, super awesome. So yeah, guys, I'm going to call it a day. I look forward to see you guys on the pre-training of the Ecom Challenge, which is going to happen on the 18th of December, which is Saturday, 3 p.m. UK time. Make sure to note that down. And obviously to see you on day number 1, 2, and 3 of the Ecom Challenge, which is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 7 p.m. UK time inside the Smile group. So see you guys all there. By the way, if you registered your space, comment below and say FLC3. And last but not least, if you thought that this video was useful, inspiring, or could help another person, please feel very free to give it some love and to share it with your tribe so that we can together make this world a better place by inspiring each other. So on that note, I'm gonna go. See you guys soon, and lots of love. Bye-bye.